Dear friends, I'm Roland Gunther, homeopath in Royston on Vancouver Island, and today I want to have the first video of a small series of videos about dealing with emotions because it's a problem that comes up over and over and over again. And culturally, we're not a society that's very cultivated in dealing with emotions. So, why are emotions so crucial? They are absolutely crucial for health, for our happiness, for our social connections, for the connections in the family, for the connections with children. They are core. When we feel each other, when we can feel each other, then we are connected and there's a sense of closeness or even intimacy. When we don't feel, when we cannot feel, then we feel separated when we cannot feel each other. And it's the same with our body. Our emotions, we need our emotions when we feel our body because the body doesn't care what we think about all our theories that we make up about the body or this pain or that pain. The body cares, can you feel me? Yeah. Like every other living being, can you feel me? Yeah. That is the core question. That's a question that children ask us. That's a question that nature asks us. Yeah. When we communicate with animals, for example, or with trees or whatever, it all goes through emotions. And also our connection with ourselves is a felt connection. We do not think connection, we feel connection. So this is one thing that it's really important, these emotions, in order to be connected. If we don't feel, we feel separated and we get more and more alone. And um, the other thing is that specifically for health, when there were traumatic situations, very painful situations in the past that we all lived through, where, especially as children, when we were overwhelmed with certain emotions, when fear was too big to live with, then there's a really wonderful achievement of evolution that as humans we are able to shut overwhelming emotions down. Bang. And then we can function, we can work, even in a difficult situation, we can move on. But it has consequences. We can shut down feeling emotions, but we cannot shut down the energy that it has. And where does it go? Energy does never stay. Energy is movement, energy flows. So when we shut down feeling an emotion, for example, an overwhelming fear, shut down, I don't feel fear, but the energy goes either in my head and in the mental sphere and makes me confused or makes me uh, fast and go faster and faster, like our whole culture. You all can see it's a fear-based culture because we're all racing to get somewhere. And or it goes into the body, and that's something very, very common. Our body is our donkey. It carries things that we cannot deal with. We put it on that donkey, and it's really great to do that. And it carries emotions for a long time that we were not able to feel or to digest or to integrate on a feeling level, on an emotional level. So the body carries it for us. Sooner or later, it's too much, and the donkey will start limping, and the body will produce symptoms. At least to the very latest then, that's one thing. We need to slow down and look at this donkey and say, okay, what do you carry from me that once in the past I was not able to deal with? But now I'm older, I'm more mature, I have different resources, I'm part of a web of life where I can call in resources. So let's see what I can take back. And then I, for example, focus on pain in the body or whatever physical symptom and just stay there and see, are the emotions arising? And when they arise out of the body, then I can deal with them. This is really important, and that's why these videos about how to deal with emotions. But let me first say something else. Another point why emotions are so crucial. It's like emotions are our GPS. It's the way we navigate life. It's not a thought GPS. It's a feeling GPS. We feel what's the right thing to do. And only if we cannot feel, then we have to think a lot. But we never feel really clear about it with just thinking. We can feel truth. We cannot think truth. We can think something is logical or sounds reasonable, but if it's true or not, we don't know. Yeah. Well, we have that a lot these days with news that we don't know, can we trust them or not? So, but we can feel them. If somebody lies to us, when we have an emotional system that's open, we can feel that. We might not be able to think it, to think through it, or point down where it's wrong. Yeah, but I can feel that. And in order to navigate life, to know how to deal with it, and to make the right decisions in the moment without having to think or to analyze a long, long time, yeah, uh, we need our emotions in place. For that reason, I have to feel fear. Lately, there was somebody again coming and with fear and telling me, I need to get rid of this fear. It's overwhelming. It limits me so much. And I said, no, please don't. If the arm hurts, you don't chop off that arm. You don't amputate your arm. You turn towards that arm and take care of it and ask this arm, what do you have? What do you need? Yeah. It's the same with our emotions. When they come, when they're hurting, when they're screaming like fear or grief or whatever, then they need our attention, our turning towards. Imagine there's people that cannot feel fear. Do you think they are happy? No, the opposite. People that cannot feel fear because they had a brain bleed there in this area of the brain that's responsible for feeling fear, or a tumor, or a surgery, or an accident, they cannot feel fear. They walk through life without noticing that somebody is dangerous, without noticing a situation I should better get out of this situation. They're the perfect victims over and over and over again because they cannot feel. We want to have all our feelings be alive and movement and available in order to navigate this life. So, and now finally, the first step, how do we deal with it? When there's something coming, the first thing, we got to slow down. Why? Because the pace of our emotions is simply slower than our thoughts. When we race away in our thinking, the emotions don't catch up with us. They don't arise in our awareness. So we got to slow down and give it space and simply feel. Ask yourself, what do I feel? And there's not many emotions, yeah? There's emotions about as many as the rainbow has colors, yeah? There's fear and joy and love and anger and shame and a few more, yeah? So that's all. So when you ask yourself, what do I feel? And slow down. When you're angry, you don't have to think about it. It's there right now, yeah? Or when you're sad, and I'm really sad. So we don't need to think about emotions. It's just important that we slow down, that we turn towards the emotion and let this emotion arise. The first of all, what emotions need is to be felt, to be welcomed, and to be, yeah, and we turn towards the emotion, let it come. And then there's a practice that I would like to share with you that I found very helpful. The first step in being with emotion is simply to feel it. And to feel, sit down and just feel it. not you should go away. And no, just be with it. Turn toward, say yes, you're welcome, come, let me feel you. I'm here. Yeah. Because it's a part of you. It's a part of you that once in the past has been hurt. So let's welcome that part home to us. And then maybe close your eyes and just feel into your body. When I feel this anger or this fear or whatever it is, where in my body do I feel that? Maybe you feel in your stomach, maybe in your heart, maybe somewhere else, but wherever it is, just put a hand on this part. And then simply breathe into that, in the presence and awareness of this anger or fear or sadness or whichever emotion it is. Just breathe into it and give that a few minutes. And very often you will see that there's already a certain relaxation happening, a certain settling. The energy goes a little bit deeper. You relax, that means there's more inner space. And this emotion might already be able to move a little bit more. Because what emotions need is just what we need, fresh air, space to move. Yeah. So this is what we give them. And I suggest that you do that routinely every day. And when you did it for a few days, you can refine it a little bit. Like in the time when you just breathe with the emotion, have your hand on the body wherever you feel that. The first thing is you can slow down the breathing out. Why? In breathing out, we digest. In breathing in, we ingest. In breathing out, we digest and relax. So when we slow down our breathing out, we relax a little more and we allow some of this overwhelming emotion or whatever emotion it is to be digested. Try that out. Slowing down our breathing out, our exhalation, calms down the nervous system a little bit. And it helps us to be with what is. And when you did that, after a few days, give it another twist, add something else. Again, you feel something, for example, fear or anger, just be with it, welcome it. Yes, come, you're welcome, I feel you. And breathe into it. Have your hand on the body wherever you feel it. Slow down the breathing out, and every time you breathe out, you tell yourself, I'm okay. I can feel this feeling, this emotion, and I'm okay. I can feel the fear, and I'm okay in the presence of this fear. So from then on, just breathe, and in breathing out, I'm okay. Nothing that anything should change or should go away. That's not working well. We want to meet what is without any judgment, simply being with ourselves and our emotions the way they are. And I'm okay. In the presence of the fear, I'm okay. In the presence of the anger or the grief or the shame or a sense of guilt, whatever it is. Make that a practice. And when you've done that a few weeks, let me know again. And then you can move on to another practice that I will talk about in another video. Thank you so much. And I cannot tell you how happy I am that you are with me in that, because it's so crucially important for us, for our life, but also for the people around us. We need to get a little better with emotions and reclaim the basic innocence of all emotions. There's somewhere in the Bible it says you gotta be like the children, yeah, and then you can go to heaven. This heaven is of course here, yeah, and what children are, they are emotional, and we can learn from them. And this innocence, that anger is something very innocent. It's just a precious emotion, and I want to be with my own anger. Fear is a precious emotion, completely innocent, nothing that should go away. And I want to be with that. That's all. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for watching that. And really enjoy practicing it and make it a practice and a commitment to yourself. See you next time again.